Werewolves are just cool and scary and one of the greatest horror creations of all time. But if you had to pick, do you prefer the cursed person who only transforms under the moonlight? Or do you prefer the werewolf that can change whenever they want to? Let's break it down and I'll give you my pick by the end. Now, there are many films over the years that show both scenarios, but for the examples here today, let's look at American Werewolf in London from 1981, directed by John Landis, and The Howling, also from 1981, directed by Joe Dante, two of the greatest werewolf movies ever made. Now, in The Howling, these werewolves can transform whenever they want to. Doesn't matter. Daytime, nighttime, whatever the situation calls for it. And when they're transformed, they seem to have at least some control over what they're doing. They're very intentional in terms of the human and the beast. For example, when Eddie Quist, played by Robert Picardo, transforms in front of Karen White, played by Dee Wallace, he's pretty much just showing off here. And these werewolves play with their victims before it's over. And even at the end, when Karen transforms on live television so she can intentionally show people that werewolves exist, there's a choice there. And the idea of just walking through the woods during the daytime and being attacked by a werewolf, which happens in The Howling, is just truly terrifying. Plus, you combine a truly evil person that can transform whenever they want to, and it becomes incredibly dangerous. And you can put this type of werewolf into almost any story or situation, and it works. But when you look at David Kessler, played by David Naughton in American Werewolf in London, or even Lawrence Talbot, played by Benicio del Toro in The Wolfman, these are cursed people. They didn't ask for this, and they can't control the transformation when it happens. And compared to Eddie's transformation in The Howling, David's transformation is truly painful and tragic and really sad. And once he becomes the wolf, the beast completely takes over. David's psyche and personality is buried deep inside there. There's no playing with the victims, it's pure hunting and ending. Even the chaos that happens in Piccadilly Circus when the werewolf is running around just wildly snapping and tearing at people's feet and ankles and attacking people, it's totally uncontrollable and scary. Both versions of the werewolves and the scenarios are truly scary and they make for great storytelling. But if I had to choose, which I'm making myself choose here, I prefer the cursed person who transforms only by the moonlight. Yeah, it's terrifying when a werewolf can change whenever they want to, especially if the person that's changing is already evil to begin with. But there's something more dramatic and tragic about someone turning into a monster that they don't want to become. The idea that you have to lock yourself away, run away from people, or completely rearrange your entire life because the full moon is coming, that's such a powerful horror concept. So I gotta go with the cursed person who changes into the werewolf under the moonlight and completely loses themselves inside of the beast. But let me know what you think. Which version do you prefer? They're both awesome, but which one do you like better? Let me know, and I'll see you at the next one.